By popular request, I'm going to review the supplement called Alpha Brain. Hi, my name is Sylvie. I'm a neuroscientist, sharing with you tips on how to build your best brain. And many of you have come into my DMs asking me about Alpha Brain. Now, this is a supplement sponsored or maybe part ownered by Joe Rogan that is supposed to help with cognitive function, attention, memory, learning. And I've been very hesitant to review this because I haven't taken it myself, but I thought it could be a cool exercise to take you on a journey. So we'll hop on the website, and what we're gonna do is figure out, will Sylvie, the neuroscientist, go buy Alpha Brain? So let's check it out together. By popular request, Neuroscientist is going to finally review Alpha Brain. By popular request, this neuroscientist is finally going to review Alpha Brain supplement. This is supplement we're talking about here, Alpha Brain to help with memory and focus. 3.5 stars, over 7,000 reviews. Let's keep digging in the website. It's advertised as a caffeine-free nootropic. And this is a word that was coined in 1972, just meaning that it's a substance, synthetic or non-synthetic, that is a cognitive enhancer. One of the compounds is Phosphine, which is found in many teas and has been shown to help increase cognitive function. It works in a few ways. One, by blocking the reuptake of glutamate. This is an excitatory transmitter that is involved in learning, in particular in the hippocampus. Also been shown to bind to GABA receptors, which are an inhibitory neurotransmitter. So also shown to have a potential protective effect on neurons so that they don't get overstimulated. So this is great. We love this. We can also find this in tea. Phosphatidylserine is an amino acid compound, so it's a little derivative of a phospholipid that is found a high percentage in the brain. Studies around the benefits of phosphatidylserine have had mixed results. So people have looked at it in the context of cognitive function, in particular in the aging population, people over 50, with mixed results. No large adverse effects to report of, but no hard benefits to report of yet. AlphaGPC has been around for a while and has been quite extensively studied, even been used in clinical trials, looking at cognitive decline in Alzheimer's, for example. Again, mixed results. AlphaGPC stands for alpha-glycerol phosphorylcholine. It's a precursor to a neurotransmitter known as acetylcholine. So having this precursor has shown in the literature to help elevate total levels, but there are other factors at play, right? So acetyl coenzyme A, for example, is what we call rate-limiting step to producing more acetylcholine. So just having more precursor doesn't always work. It has also shown to elevate or decrease or interfere with dopamine and serotonin as well. Hopia Serata extract. This is a herb used in Chinese medicine. Works by inhibiting an enzyme that breaks down acetylcholine. This is starting to be studied in conjunction with the previous supplement in Alzheimer's research, looking at the cognitive declines. This is all new, interesting. Personally, I'll wait till more data comes out before I start taking this guy, but very interesting for sure. We love a good vitamin. Vitamin B6 has been flagged as being important for the brain because it's a co-activator, so basically helps assist certain reactions involved in making more neurotransmitters. I mean, it's cool. You can get this in food as well. You can also get this in your multivitamin. It would have been nice to see some data around how this vitamin B6 is being absorbed, and you can measure it indirectly by a few measures. One is through plasma PLP levels, which show that the vitamin B6 was metabolized or used in a reaction. It's kind of its used form, as well as tryptophan metabolites. Tryptophan is a precursor to a lot of our big neurotransmitters, serotonin, dopamine. What's great is they do have a blurb on how this is supposed to work in the brain, and they do touch on acetylcholine levels And this could potentially be true. I mean, the inhibitor they use and the precursor is good. There's no data supporting this with people using their supplement. Those two compounds that are in there have shown in the past to elevate those levels. Interestingly, they talk about producing alpha brain waves. And so quick summary, brain waves are synchronous global activity that can happen at different frequencies. Gamma is the highest frequency associated with high consciousness. Then you have beta for concentration, alpha, which is focused but also relaxed. Then you have theta, which is even slower, and then delta, which is your deep sleep brainwaves. So with this, it took me a bit of time to figure out how they came about to say that this induced alpha brainwaves without doing any scans, and just whether they were using fancy words to say, hey, look, alpha brainwaves, we can get you in a focused state. There has been a little bit of evidence on L-theanine producing alpha brainwaves, which they measured through EEG. There they also included different tasks. They also included caffeine. What I will say is, considering L-theanines in this cocktail, I can see how maybe they would sprinkle in alpha brainwaves, but of course, without actually measuring it with all the other stuff that they put into it, I think this is a bit of a reach. And then the fact and use should not be ignored and is not totally surprising. This supplement is not FDA approved. And what this means is, one, that there's no regulatory safety tests with this. So with the FDA, they have to do toxicity levels where they do dose dependencies and measure different toxins. So none of that was done with Alpha Brain. And it means that they don't have to validate the claims that they're making. They don't have to. They do share the supplemental facts and servings. They put a lot of things in blends, which means that we don't know the exact amount of each individual compound, even the ones that they listed before that we just walked through together. There is a lot we can see here of something called cat claw. This is a bark or a root that has been associated with anti-inflammatory responses. However, there hasn't been any scientific studies that I've seen with substantial numbers to suggest that. And one of the first things that came up is that it can induce diarrhea, dizziness, vomiting, which is not great. And something else kind of fun is looking at the daily percentage, so the DV, which they shared for vitamin B6, which is 588%. I personally don't know enough about vitamin B6 absorption. I don't know, anything that high seems to be a bit excessive. I think of that episode of Big Bang Theory. I think it was Sheldon. Penny, I forget her name, was buying vitamins, and he was just saying, you're buying really expensive urine. This is kind of reminding me of that. 588%, so specific, so random. And then for almost the last little bit of the website, I got really excited because there's references, right? All a scientist wants is references. And so I looked at the references. Csikszentmihalyi is a American-Hungarian psychologist that established something called a flow theory, which is this ultimate state he's describing, which is a mix of concentration and relaxation to be the most productive. When I saw this, I thought this was horseshit. I don't know, to just go off about how it works on your acetylcholine levels, and then it helps produce alpha brain waves, and it's all about the stuff with your brain waves and your brain and cognition and learning and, yay. To have these be the references from a fucking psychologist presenting a theory on flow, it's just so easy for someone to look at this and be like, okay, cool, there's scientific studies, this is cool, this is chill, I should give this a try. And it's not cool, and it's not chill, and it's completely random, and honestly almost completely unrelated, and a money grab, a marketing tactic, leaves a really bad taste in my mouth. This alone makes me not want to try it at all. And this takes us to the review section, where We see that there are quite a few 5-star reviews, right? So they're around almost 4,000, and then there's around almost 2,000 of 1-star reviews. And once you dig in here, it's pretty scary. So things like dizziness, brain fog, and this is what I've been receiving in my DMs, which has kind of prompted me to further investigate this supplement. And those symptoms are very scary. And really should not be ignored. And it's hard to know if it's a compound in the supplement that's causing this, if it's the manufacturing, right? Again, it's not FDA approved, so there's no need to go through the facilities, right, to make sure that they're up to GMP, good manufacturing practices. So yeah, with that alone, this is a big no for me. Taking a look at one of the 5-star reviews has also given me pause. So for those that aren't watching this in the video form, the title of this 5-star review is Great Results So Fat. So the supplement that's supposed to help with awareness and cognition somehow has let this typo slip out. So that's not a huge vote of confidence for Alpha Brain. So overall, looking at the benefits, as well as the risks, I think the risks outweigh the potential benefits. And the things that they used in Alpha Brain, we can find elsewhere. And we can find elsewhere potentially in more effective forms. So the L-theanine we can find in teas. That's a great cognitive enhancer. The phosphatidylserines, omega-3s are more impactful, and this has been clinically shown, in particular with cognition and mood, the EPA form. And for actually promoting Alpha Brain way of activities, there are tried and true ways of doing it. Music is a great way of doing it. There's certain forms of meditation that can help with this as well. And this has a very low risk of causing you dizziness, diarrhea, nausea. And I share those on this channel all the time. So that is my take. However, if there are more studies that come out, or if there's any literature I've missed, please do let me know. I'm always happy to read more and to be informed. Again, I haven't taken this personally, and there are 4,000 people out of those 7,000 that were like, hell yeah, sign me up, love this stuff. So with that, I'm gonna stop. Thank you for listening, and follow along for more tips on how to build your best brain.